murdered, resurrected, and pursued by the bringer of the apocalypse as a result, now would he?
True enough.
The last chest, I looked through the pieces I have. I have pieces 4, 3 and 2. I'm actually missing the first one. And looking at there were supposed to be one in each major area. And the one I seem to be missing is size seal. So, based on everything, the fact that we're missing number 1 and every major area is supposed to have one, we basically, somewhere in size seal is a chest that we haven't found. It's easy for me to believe. I intentionally even left a couple of places totally unvisited because they were treasure areas, things like that. And I was a new player there, very fresh, so easy to miss things that I would not miss at this point. So we get a little bit of an opportunity to waste a little bit of time. I'm gonna go back to size seal and run through the map trying to see if we missed something. The chests should be just chests somewhere in the map. They're not something you have to pick up or anything, so it's literally something that I've just missed somehow.
Source Hunter, you stand at the very doorstep of dreaded Phantom Forest, and before you enter these woods, I need to tell you something. Something about me and Cassandra.
As good as a spot as any, I suppose. What's on your mind, Arhu?
The first thing you should know, my friend, is that I am not a human. I am in fact a true cat. At least, such was my start in life.
If that's the first thing, I'm dying to know the second.
I will tell you all. And all begins with Cassandra. Her tale is not a happy one. She was kept like a prisoner in her brother Brachus's castle. Locked up, alone in a tower like some fairy tale princess. One day, though, I came along. A young little tomcat that climbed up the branches of a tree, reaching her window. She was kind to me. Fed me well and petted me to my heart's content. But her loneliness drove her to do more. She was a sorceress, you see, and with her magic gave me human consciousness and a voice to give it expression. We talked the days away, content to know one another, but once more, her loneliness drove her further. One morning I woke, and to my horror, yes, horror, I was a man. A cat no longer. Don't worry, she assured me. You can be your own self still, but here with me, a man you must be. Despite my confusion and apprehension, I admit it didn't take long for me to enjoy the newfound pleasures of a newfound existence. I loved her truly. Loved her deeply. But then her brother took her. And when she returned, she was a lich, twisted and vile. In terror, I recoiled, fled our tower, and was soon discovered by Brachus's sentinels. They dragged me to the Mad King. So enraged was he to discover she had loved another that he feasted all his wrath upon me. All that is sweet and good in life ceased for many long years. Yet, despite it all, I loved Cassandra still, remembering the woman that was. So when the Source Hunters came, I wasn't simply liberated like I told you. No. I searched for Cassandra and, knowing she'd be executed on the spot, helped her make her escape. I, Hunter. I helped a sorceress lich escape. And that is the very reason I'm divulging all this. To warn you that she is here. Yes, it is true. Cassandra is the phantom that gives Phantom Forest its name.
I understand your motives and I thank you for your warning. After the brother, we must face the sister.
I fear that will indeed be inevitable. This is her forest now. She its queen. No trespass remains without consequence, and I have no clue how her mind twists and turns after all these years. Human yet, or horror only. Humanity. Oh, how I hope, imperfect though it may be, that a glimpse of humanity may still lie buried beneath the lich Cassandra is today. Be that as it may, stand warned that she possesses phenomenal powers, and that she is impervious to the sting of sword or sorcery.
So we need to find another way to deal with her.
I haven't laid eyes on Cassandra in many ages, Hunter. And I fear for what you may find. Fear for what I may find.
What a tale that was. A cat turned human, soon swept into all kinds of misery for all his troubles.
He has lived through the worst humanity has to offer, but at least he briefly knew love the best.
Agreed. Perhaps one day he'll love again and see there is value to be found in being human after all.
Spiritual. Right. I wanted to do one thing for some time actually, but I keep forgetting it. How many spells do we know versus how many spells could we know? Geomancer. 6 novice, we have 4. 3 adepts, we have 3 adepts, so we could get a couple of extra novice spells. We probably have quite a few scrolls. I'm thinking there's probably nothing all that interesting. I seem to recall summoning spells. Less is something we have. The interesting stuff is higher level. I suppose I could make a summon spider book and learn it. Might actually have that as a book in fact. I doubt it's all that useful, but it's still a level 17 spider, so it does level up with us. So it might actually be more useful than initially might seem. Avatar Poison makes target immune to being poisoned. Melee attackers may get poisoned. It's better than nothing. And I'm more or less interested in filling up these empty slots we have. It doesn't matter if the ability is shit, at least it's an option you can use. Immunity to being poisoned would have been very useful in a lot of situations. And looking at that poison fog there, this might actually be one of them. At the same time, I don't want to get stuck in managing this crap too much now. Alright, so that's more or less cool. No, witchcraft first. We have too few novice level spells, too few adept level spells, and master level spells are okay. Adept we probably would like the charm ability. I'm not gonna go shopping now, I just want to see what we have available. I can probably turn create a witchcraft spellbook. I just need the correct scroll. Novice and adept level witchcraft scrolls. Silence, which we already have. We didn't have the correct materials. I'm pretty sure we have empty witchcraft spell books. Because I seem to recall picking one up. It's a crafting component. Or, right. Destroy summon. Deal immense damage to a summon creature. Actually, this sounds quite nice. I haven't been using that. We can do use lava grenades for charm. The chance of success isn't high, but we can use quite a lot of those. I can still make the book even if I don't learn it yet. Right. Vampiric Touch. An ability to heal your own ads. Valid combination. Why? Can't create this book. That's an odd one. I think that's the only ones we can do. Okay, well, but that didn't take too long. It's better than nothing. I'm not sure what counts as a summon. Is it the spells only, or is it some kind of other crap they pull out of their ass in almost every fight? I don't know. With fire, we could use a novice ability and adept ability. Avatar of Fire, immune to burning, or fire. Novice and adept. Fire element. No. This guy, not if I can help it, because this guy has a huge amount of summon abilities already. Explode. Damage to yourself and to those within 6 meters of you. This would be great if you actually are immune to fire, so heal yourself while doing damage to others. I don't particularly see myself doing that. Is that it? Purifying Fire. Burning, Frozen, Stun, Charm, Healing and Shields are... that actually sounds quite nice. I'm surprised there aren't more novice abilities. But Purifying Fire, that sounds good, pretty good in fact. I'm actually a bit surprised I don't have this type of stuff already. Because I'm constantly under these status effects. And healing can be removed possibly from opponents too. Right. Can do with a novice water spell. That's about it. Novice, Arrow, third spell, Adept, Air spell. Okay, Adept, Air, and Novice on both counts too. Wind of Change. You're stretched by slowed and stun. Surely we have this. Why don't we have this? We have this. There it is. Novice level air. Water. Yeah, we don't actually have any of that. So, novice air. Novice water. Jesus Christ. Avatar Frost. I suppose that's pretty much the only thing I can do. I don't have Avatar Frost, do I? Yes, I certainly have. I don't actually have any abilities ready to use. What about air and depths? Currently have both of those. That's pretty much everything I have. Avatar Storms, I'm not sure if I have that. Don't sound immune to being electrified and stunned. Melee attackers make it so. Sounds like something I don't have. We have that. Okay. We got less out of this than I thought we would have. Invisibility. That's an option. Water absorption. They're offering invisibility quite a bit, but is that worth it? Where would I actually use invisibility? Honestly, there have been a couple of situations where it would have been useful, but not that many. Right. Either way, who has the amulet? You. Auto save?
What is... Oh, I can hardly... Where am I?
Madora is the only one who's immune to this. Is it just poisoning or is it worse? Seems like everyone dies somewhere here. Yep. So we can send one goddamn guy in. There's no way I can do any real fighting there. And I probably have to send one of the main characters, otherwise I can't actually talk with anyone either. So, okay, this is a bit different than what I thought this would be. It has to be Scarlet, because Scarlet actually has a lot of mobility abilities. Roderick. Right, Roderick has, I think, better combat overall abilities, but I don't think he'll survive any better than anyone else, and his mobility is terrible. So am I supposed to do this completely on my own, or am I supposed to find some kind of teleportation site to get the rest in? Apparently we want to have a chat about this. No? It's informing me that I can't do normal operations, I guess. Or maybe it's a reaction to something you find here, the body part, a pile of bodies.
the Spectre's taint. It seems only the area directly around the bridge is haunted.
Could I just smuggle a teleportation cube? Sword-stated footman and knight. Spider. Is there a safer place to do this? Yeah, carrying too much. Probably should leave the looting for another time. Forest
Where is our spirit? Where has she fled? Cassandra, our mother, our queen, our killer, our corpse.
Who are you?
I feed the Lich. She consumed me. Of her I remain.
Tell me about this Cassandra.
The temple is not all it seems. Lower the bridge. Find her bones. Our spirit. Where
What happens
has she
if I attack this one? I can't do it.
Now this is valuable.
Indeed it is.
She cannot be defeated. She will not die.
Source Temple entrance. Quite a few of them.
This tree swallowed her whole.
A stranger perversion of nature I've never seen.
No information. Yeah, you suck. Oh, whatever.
What's with this transgression?
Air and fire vulnerability, poison, water, or earth won't work. Same with these. Air and fire, air and fire, air and fire. No. Here it is. Zombie will probably die from fire. No?
Taste of the gathering storm.
I don't see them being any kind of a threat to me anymore. The fire basically blocked everything they
Confound
like to
this
do.
enfeebling wizardry.
Some kind of mass cursing ability or similar mass weakness, right? That's it.
Your grave opens to welcome you!
Oh. Good men. Where did you pop up? This is not unexpected. They are immune to this sort of thing. Oiled and burning. Right. And they're both out of life. Don't guide. Hands.
Eternal silence awaits you.
Right. This fight is basically over. He might suffer a little bit because he won't run into the fire and I'll have to suffer damage from the poisoning, but should be fine.
Waste not a drop of this precious oil.
I've seen worse. We're not done yet.
And can I end here? Have to get rid of the smoke somehow.
Apply some pressure.
Easy victory.
Seven, have mercy on your soul!
But why did we kill them? Because they were there, right?
Back on my feet again.
You are but kindling for my triumphant blaze.
I have no idea how long this poison will remain here, so I'm just gonna ignite it all. Okay. Anything of interest? Doesn't really seem to go where we need to be going. But the opposition is right. So exactly on our level, so I don't think there's any harm in going in this direction. Forest victims.
Turn back! Turn back while you can! Turn back! These lands belong to her. The Queen of the dead, the Queen of the doomed, Cassandra, the Lich Queen. You cannot touch her. You cannot pierce her. You cannot kill her. Forever will she reign. Forever we are her subjects. Turn back. Turn back while you can.
A whispering corpse in the trees of Phantom Forest told us that Cassandra is an invulnerable being. We knew that already. So what do we have to do? This is one of those games where when they say it's invulnerable, I'll take their word for it. They're not afraid to make things invulnerable.
The Phantom will take you. Go no further. The dead pay tribute. The temple honors her. The temple of the dead will take you.
We're
The
going...
forest will hold you.
Phantom Forest told us that Cassandra is honored within the temple. Oh shit. So I'm guessing we'll get some kind of information out of those victims. Need to have a plan before I meet her. Just going swords slashing and spells blazing is not gonna bring
Do
us.
you come from where Cassandra or the temple rejects life? The temple takes only the dead. She rejects life. She rules death.
So I don't think we can get inside the temple then until we do something.
Do you come from where the sun shines?
What have you
Do
got
you
stashed in
bring
here, Mrs. Cottondale?
news of dawn?
Phantom wagon, right? Ghost wagon. Excellent. Ghost people, they're hostile. Cursed, 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 cursed. Spirit, spirit, spirit. They're definitely hostile, so we could just attack them. Don't see why we shouldn't. Question is, where do would we want to do it?
For God's sake!
Wonder if I can just pour some oil on it, ignite it again. It creates smoke. Not necessarily a horrible thing. It's a good thing to know what it does. I did not expect that. I expected to either basically just ignite it, maybe cause burning. But did not expect this. Water, earth, and fire all work. Fire is the best. Meteor grenade. I'll test that out. Unimpressive.
Quick-tempered and fleet-footed.
Tail attack. Isn't that fun? Frozen, 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 frozen. There's still quite a few poachers in there though. At least 3, that's not a minor amount. Depending on their skills, they could be very dangerous. Frozen. This is actually good for us, so I don't have to move anywhere to kill them.
That oughta hurt.
It ought to hurt indeed. I go for the kill though. Burn away. Not much I can do anymore, I think. Except this cures frozen.
Blaze of glory!
Right. A bit risky to go there, especially since we can slip.
Ethereal souls!
Right, perfect. We do need to move quickly. These spirits could be very dangerous. Two of them can already act, they seem to be melee oriented. So if Scarlet is the only one there, this will turn bad for us very quickly.
Shock!
Okay, he doesn't do that much damage. I was expecting a lot worse. Still isn't exactly good either. About 50-50 chance of succeeding or failing with this special ability attempt. Status effects. Not sure why status effect is something like that slips out of my mind now. It's in every goddamn game ever made. Nah, she was already hastened.
No glory in this death.
Okay, this could be troublesome. Go away. If I shoot it with fire, he'll just lose the frozen status. So sad. It's incredibly vulnerable to everything now.
The time of your death is at hand!
A box.
As good as a new penny.
Equally useless too.
Into the fray once more!
I think I already have a few of these items. I've forgotten to actually identify them. Also, I'm pretty sure Scarlet picked up a few when she was
I
playing
feel
on her
better
own.
already! On the mend!
Okay, what do we have? Gloves of blacksmithing and hit points. The armor class ratings are quite nice. And you don't have gloves. They get destroyed at some point? It's not impossible, I haven't been paying attention to such things. Probably have took them off for some reason. Okay, 55 armor class. The 1. Hit points 2. Bow of uselessness. Armor might actually have some use, since a cloth one. Intelligence, initiative, immunity to being knocked down, 70 armor. Yeah, I'll pass. It's not horrible, it could be useful in a specialty situation. Scale armor, again not horrible, but if you're gonna go with heavy armor, you might as well go with the best one. Yeah, it just doesn't match up. Temple of the Dead. Right. Sourced. Temple of the Dead is only for those who have died. Weren't they... Does it actually mean dead? I seem to recall there was a Shrine of the Dead in another portion of the map. I was wondering why they exist, the Shrine of Life and the Shrine of Death. Maybe they're to provide access to these temples. We're in no hurry to actually go in here though. Might as well take a look, but Inventory. Sentinel. Trap. Also, a lot of people. Switch. Don't meet a trap.
Intruder spied.
This death.
The phantom will take you. The forest will hold you. The phantom will take you. Go no further. The dead pay tribute.
We've been here
Will
before.
take you.
Ah, fine. So I'll talk to every stinking one of these guys in order to get clues to what exactly do we need to do. Seems simple enough. Temple of the Dead. Sentinels. This would be instant death sentinels. Then this switch would be the one to turn them off. If that's the thing, Scarlet is the one we should go in. We also could do the invisibility spell thing and just basically I guess run in there. Yes you are. I think Scoundrel might have temporary invisibility abilities too.
Intruder spied.
Time to disappear.
Intruder spied.
Strange. It refuses to transport me. I suppose living matter may not enter there.
Intruder
The
spied.
Temple of Death welcomes only its likeness.
What is this? Stone hatch. Switch. People have
Where is our spirit?
can't disarm these. Again, correct positioning and teleportation might get us in there, but
Where is our spirit?
some room for improvement on the ability system. I tried to move there. No. Game says no.
I need water! Spirit!
And if one of them sees me, it'll trigger them, so it's not good enough to just avoid one of them. Yeah, the invisibility is to be very useful in these situations. I suppose the reason I don't particularly care for that though is because there's no real urgency in trying to do these things. Failure doesn't really matter much.
Intruder spied.
What is it is actually spying though? Could be. Right. From looking at this, the best angle of approach would be this, definitely. Also the most difficult one.
spied.
Far better attack position.
Spied.
There's no way I can get through here. Every time I go there, I seem to be spotted by something. I'm guessing it's this. But it shouldn't have been like that. Ah, it's not actually accessible.
Where is our spirit? Where has...
This is not the thing that spots you though. I think it's the forest victim. So that would mean until we deal with the Lich, there's no way to actually complete some of these. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we want to...
Turn back while you can.
concentrate our focus on getting rid of these.
Turn back. These lands belong. The temple holds her bones. The temple hides her. Open not her tomb.
Don't open her tomb. The temple hides her.
Turn back. Turn back.
Temple of the Dead.
while you
Temple
can.
entrance. So what exactly am I supposed to do here? Looks like there's multiple options for us to screw ourselves over. Hey! Maurice, Doreen and Bruce.
What will become of the trees, the cottages? She's done it now. She's fine.
Aren't we the most fortunate pair of cows, Maurice? Free to graze and lounge at our leisure. Quite so, Maurice. Quite so. You can moo until the cows come home, yet none shall disturb this blissful tranquility.
I failed.
It's you! Welcome, dear Liberator. Welcome to Phantom Forest. These grounds may not be the golden pastures of legend, but to us, these woods are just as magical.
What can you tell me about this place?
In truth, I am much surprised to see you here. For though animals are quite safe here, humans need beware of what lurks here. Rightly do they believe it is haunted, as do orcs, goblins, and any other biped for that matter. And yet some of their number seem strangely drawn to this forest. Very strange, and for them, very unfortunate.
Moo!
Oh, but of course! Maurice, you're a dear to remind me. We wanted to give you a proper thank you, oh hero, now that we have learned of a secret here in Phantom Forest. The secret, of course, is yours if you wish it.
Tell me about your secret.
Well, I was walking just over there to the right, and I felt something a little funny beneath my hooves. A hollow kind of thud, and a bit of jangle beneath that. Oh, it is exciting, isn't it? There could be anything down there.
just over there to the right. Okay, your right or my right?
What will become of us? What will become of the trees, the creatures?
Do you mean east? What the fuck do you mean?
She's finally
Tell me about yourselves.
This forest may be a tad gloomy, a tad chilly, but no human stalks us here. No human is out for our blood. These woods may not have a paradisical look, but they most certainly serve as a paradise to us liberated cattle.
Please give me a map marker. Ah, thank God. Doreen's secret. Never mind, Doreen. You did a good job.
She's finally done it.
The ram rescuer has chanced upon the forest. Salutations! I'm as snug as a sheep in a pie. Even though there's something strange about this forest. I can't quite put my hoof on it. Still, I'm safe, and I'm free to admire delightful Dari over there. Just look at those hindquarters. Doesn't that rambunctious rump of hers just make your mouth water?
Well, she's thick, alright.
Quite so, Maurice. Quite so. You can moo until the cows come home, yet none shall
This
disturb
reminds me,
this
there was
blissful
supposed to be a were
tranquility.
sheep at some point.
Oh, terrible.
What happened to that?
Terrible, terrible. Dearest master, I have failed.
We met the ghost of the were sheep, whose corpse has gone wandering near a great tree in the Phantom Forest. The ghost seemed to indicate that its corpse was rather partial to the herb stardust, of all things. Okay. Good time to be reminded of it, I guess. So we find that herb somewhere in a great quantity, we know we're probably going to close.
Terrible, terrible. Dearest master,
Looks like an earth elemental.
Aren't we the
what will
most
become of us?
cows?
What will become of the
Free
trees,
to graze
the
and land at our
creatures?
leisure.
She's done it now. Why? Blessed souls, untainted in these woods? How is it possible? And what a welcome sight you are to eyes grown so weary of chaos and corruption.
Tell me about yourself.
Do you feel the spirit of these woods, Blessed One? It's growing fainter every day, overcome by darkness, pain, and terror. My mentor, the forest spirit, is dying, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I am the spirit's apprentice, and it was once our happy lot to care for and heal the flora and fauna of this forest. I have so much still to learn, but my mentor has been overcome by the powerful forces of evil that have invaded our home.
Tell me about your mentor.
Shiara is her name, and the hum of her energy among the trees is growing fainter. A dying heartbeat I know not how to save. We were caught by a terrible demon, a sick soul who thrives on the anguish he draws from others. I escaped, only to find that without Shiara's protection, I was an easy target for the Leaf Queen. I am a lamb among wolves, and Shiara's power is waning. Without help, this forest and all its creatures will succumb to evil.
What do you know about this demon?
I've seen these woods pass through the hands of terrible fiend after fiend. First came the sorcerers, tainted by cruel magic. Next came the Lich Queen, mired in sorrow and a thirst for death. But I would have served them all in gratitude if it meant we'd be free of Balberith. He thrives on pain. He feeds on it like a bee to a flower. He must have caught whiff of Shiara's sanctuary here, her home for creatures tainted by source, and figured he'd found himself a never-ending feast of pain. He captured us both, Shiara and I, and so the creatures of these woods were left vulnerable. I managed to escape while he glutted himself upon the fears of an unlucky passer-through, but I could not free my master in time. He keeps her there in his lair even now, waiting for her to break, so that he may consume her.
Yeah, let's discuss putting an end to this demon's reign of terror.
Is that why you've come? Do you intend to destroy Balberith? Blessed I knew you were, but your bravery is Astounding. To find the demon, you must make a path through the many creatures he's tormented. Tread around them with care, O hero. They have been tainted. But any anguish you inflict upon them will only feed Barbarith and make him stronger. Once Barbarith is destroyed, Shiara will be free. In time, her spirit will heal, and with it this forest. Thank you, brave Blessed One. Good luck.
So, pass through creatures without actually doing damage.
Coming to an end. Barbarith is near. A few more steps, no more.
Oh, terrible. Terrible, terrible.
Also, it's the same demon that Johannes beat. So this is something we must, absolutely must do as soon as possible.
I needed that.
She's done it now. She's fine.
Abandoned shack. I'm assuming that's the goal we have now? That's a long way there. If we can get one guy there, invisible or not, then we can just use teleportation cubes to get the rest.
Oh, terrible. Terrible, terrible. Dearest master, I failed you. What will become
I
of
suppose we should try to avoid fighting long lost people. I think they were the tainted ones that we were supposed to keep avoiding, but I think we're going to try to keep avoiding as much trouble as possible.
Terrible, terrible. Dearest master.
Definitely every tainted would be the highest priority
What
though.
will become of us? What will become of the trees? The creatures?
Where exactly is this? This is somehow hollow. Ooh. Death Knight's invulnerable.
I've spotted something.
Where to use my points? I'll take another lower master point. This way I don't have to change equipment to identify the hardest items I need. Where is it? Was it that one? Surely not. Surely. Do you get it? Water, air resistance, reflect. 15% of any damage as air damage. It's a decent one. Still, that's a long way to go. Especially now with a group. And there's a chasm here. So it looks like you could get over there. Yeah, multiple patrols. Looks like instant death patrols. He's holding her in his swamp hut. Well, it might be some kind of a trick. At the same time, it doesn't seem like I have many options here. Might as well go with it. I don't think I can get there with the 4-man group. I might give it a try. I think with the patrols going on, the chance of something going wrong is extremely high. Could learn the invisibility on something. But even that alone is probably not enough. Also, I'm not sure which path should I take. There are multiple paths that lead to this area. This is the most obvious one. Watchful Eye. I'm guessing you can more or less avoid fighting, but if you get trapped by a Watchful Eye, you will be immediately transferred into a fight. Fights we cannot afford to get into. Same time, the patrol route seems to be exactly that. Something that will just go back and forth. How far is it going to come? Shit. So we should avoid trying to save too often here. With 4-man group, it's more or less just we can basically just run. Don't want to hold our position too long. Just gonna get screwed over. Fuck. Risky, risky, risky. How exactly does the eye only reveal? No. So how exactly am I supposed to get in there without fighting too much? There is no way. There's an alternative entrance. Gotta go for it. Yeah, how to get inside there without actually fighting against everything here? This is a wall. Is it? It is not.
Far better attack position over here. I've got my eyes on the prize.
Okay, this went much better than I thought this would go. And I think I'll end things here more or less, because there's no way this is gonna be an easy situation. At best we might be able to encounter the demon without these guys getting involved, but I think even then they will take part of the fight immediately afterwards, so I'm not sure what exactly am I gaining through this, but the game will reward me with something by evading all the fighting.